and welcome to our little home here in the UAE. Today, I'm going to show you what a day in my life actually looks like. From spending quality time with Zach to my gym and hair routine, work, and just how we live our normal day-to-day life when we're not traveling. We're starting off our day with our newfound passion, reading. And when I say new, I mean this is day 2. But I'm determined to become readers because I swear you always hear the most successful and wealthy people read like 30 plus books a year. I've read a total of 1 book since I left high school like 10 years ago, so I do feel like I should probably pick up my game. And hopefully my vocabulary will thank me for it too, because I've already highlighted more than 20 words in this book that I don't know. And I mean, do any of you know what cacophonous or tumult means? But I do feel like the key to starting a new habit or routine is to start off small. Kinda like how I was with my exercise routine. And now look at me. I'm consistent and I love it.
That you can feel the chemistry, you can feel the chemistry. But you afraid of making a scene, so where you wanna go?
Now, over the years, my exercise routine has definitely changed, but since falling in love with spin classes and reformer Pilates in Bali, I now actually look forward to exercising. So much so that I kinda don't like doing anything other than these 2 things. Zach is trying to convince me I need to do more weight training, but if I don't enjoy it, I won't do it. So isn't it just better I'm exercising consistently by doing the things I love? Now, in Dubai, spin and Pilates classes are on every corner, I swear. But here in Ras Al Khaimah, things are a little more limited, especially since I love to do everything on that app I told you about called ClassPass. And as you can see, so this is how I'm making it work. I managed to find a gym that has a rhythm cycling bike. And trust me, not all bikes at gyms are strong enough or made to be stood up on, which is kinda my favorite thing about the type of spin classes I do. The gym is costing me 250 dirham a month, which is just over 100 Aussie dollars. And then I've actually found an instructor on YouTube that does full 45-minute rides. So it does work out cheaper than going to some of the classes in Dubai, but of course it's nowhere near as good. I've mentioned this before, but the thing I like about classes through this app is when you're booked in, it makes you go because they'll charge you if you cancel within 12 hours. So it keeps me accountable. When it's just me taking myself to the gym, it's of course harder. Even if I enjoy it, there's always that initial hesitation. I also find booking in gets me going earlier and always at a set time. Like in Bali, I'm a 7 or 7:30 a.m. kind of gal. Coffee or matcha straight after, and then my day is ready to go. Here, it can be more towards 8 or even sometimes 9, but hey, I'm making it work for now, and it just means I'm super excited for when we get back to Bali and really appreciate the setup I have there too. I will say, doing this kind of almost dance style cycling in a gym by myself is a little embarrassing. I feel like most people have not been to a rhythm cycling class, so the whole arm movements, X's and push-ups looks a little odd. And it definitely doesn't help me using a tripod so I can watch it on YouTube.
When I see you in the mirror, this is what I see. You make your own sunshine, you run on your own time. You're taking it slow, you're making the most of everything you've got. I wanna be like that, someone that you smile at. I wanna be free to be the real me, my color's so vibrant.
Something I haven't really had a chance to show you guys yet is my hair routine. I don't do anything too crazy, but I know how interested I get about what products my friends use, so I thought, why not show you what I've got at the moment? First things first though, I cannot wash my hair without watching something. It just helps me take my time and actually let my conditioner sit in my hair. Now basically, I rotate through 3 different shampoos and conditioners. Not because someone told me to do this, but because I first bought Olaplex as I wanted to invest in some really high quality stuff for my hair. Then I read somewhere that you shouldn't be using it too often, so I got worried about the buildup in my hair and got Hello Clean because it's specifically for that and hard water, which is also a pretty big problem in both the UAE and Bali. Then I forgot my shampoo and conditioner on a trip earlier this year and bought this Hask one. So here we are. I also use this heat protectant I got in South Korea because apparently blow drying your hair is better than leaving it wet. And for me, with such long hair, even being thin, it takes quite a while to dry. So it's sitting with that water soaked in it for hours. It did take me a while to be okay with blow drying my hair, as I was super anxious about using any kind of heat treatment on it because I used to straighten and curl my hair a lot in high school and completely fried it while traumatizing me. But I figured with the heat protectant, it should probably be better than letting my hair stay wet. I'd love to know if I'm wrong here, or just what your hair washing routine looks like.
I admit I had some plans, but I forgot they exist when you walked in, and I see everything so different.
Today, I'm making a staple for Zach and I: oats, banana, and peanut butter. Although I don't have it as much as I used to, purely because I personally prefer a savory breakfast more. I think it also has something to do with having either a coffee or a matcha in the morning, and always with oat milk, which is naturally on the sweeter side, so then I'm never really in the mood for sweet food with it. Today though, I'm really wanting that warm, homey feeling you get when you have porridge for breakfast. And I mean, it is winter here. Zach's been working from home this morning while I've been getting in my full morning routine. He actually works best first thing, so he is deep in a flow right now, which is why he isn't helping cook breakfast, but I really don't mind. I do find in the UAE we cook way more together. Maybe because we cook more in general, but I also feel like being in a studio, naturally you want to help when you see the other one cooking. After breakfast though, we will be heading to the office together because as much as I surprisingly don't feel crammed in our studio apartment, working all day long in the same room where we eat, sleep, cook, and live might make us feel a little trapped. So both of us are pretty stoked with our little workspace we have, which I'm really excited to show you guys. And to also get a solid work session in today. Because when we're not traveling, we do really go hard with big days so that we can make the most of when we are away.
And when the moment starts to show, it's all within my reach. I just gotta let you know, you got something so undeniable. Like the sun that fills the sky above. One of a kind in the sea, they jump in line. Undeniable.
So, what do you guys think of my little matcha station? Normally, I do prefer to have things put away, but with Zach becoming more obsessed with matcha every day, it just makes sense for me to leave it out. Something so sweet though is he genuinely loves my matchas. Even when we order one out and they're actually really good, he still doesn't like them as much as mine. Or maybe he's just saying that. But either way, I'm pretty proud of my matcha skills. I do think I'll need to teach Zach at some stage because there is a real art to it, but also because I've really been enjoying coffee again. I think just from having matcha so much, now switching between the two makes me enjoy both way more. Plus, the UAE is the land of the percent Arabicas, so it's kinda hard not to want coffee all the time when we're here. Now, we are managing to squeeze in a catch-up call with Zach's sister, as mornings are pretty much the main time where we can speak to our friends and family back in Australia because of the time difference. It's definitely one of the trickier things to navigate because if we have our routines and also need to get stuck into our day, the afternoons or evenings would probably be better, but then everyone's asleep or has their own routines. Also, I don't know why, but my mornings are always the time I feel most motivated to get things organized around the house. I feel like my mind has so many things I'm constantly thinking about throughout the day, so having our physical space tidy and everything in its place just makes me feel so much more put together, keeping my mind clear for the important things. And I feel the exact same way about the things I take with me when I head out. If they're organized, I'm organized. And that's why I love Bellroy. I have their classic backpack and 3-liter classic sling here, both in tahini. And trust me, they're great on their own, but together, oh my word. Their backpack fits my 16-inch MacBook and iPad in their own dividers, while still leaving so much room for all my other things, plus little pockets for my loose bits. Then their sling carries everything I want on me. My phone, wallet, AirPods, sunglasses, pawpaw, you name it, right where I can grab them. Even my keys have their own cable inside, which is actually crazy handy. Whether it's office runs, groceries, cafe work, exploring, or travel, this killer combo fits into any part of my day. And Bellroy have been perfecting this for over 15 years, so you know the quality and organization is next level. You can check out Bellroy for yourself with my link below, and you'll even get 10% off anything on Bellroy's website using it. But now that you know how I stay organized, let's head to the office. So, if you watched my day in the life when we lived in Dubai Creek Harbour, I mentioned one of our favourite supermarkets here in the UAE called Spinneys. It's kind of like Waitrose for those of you who have heard of this, and they even sell a lot of Waitrose products in Spinneys, so they must have some kind of partnership. I'll be honest, it's not the cheapest supermarket, so we do still shop at another one called Viva and order a lot of our basic necessities on Amazon. But the thing we love about Spinneys is the quality of their food. They also have a lot of imported and global brands we know, which is really nice if we ever need them or want them. And it gets better because by far the best thing is their hot bar. They have all kinds of fresh and already made food, which is just so easy for us to grab, especially for the office. Funnily enough though, I'm actually not really the biggest salad person, but that's purely because of the process it takes to make them. You have to buy so many ingredients to make them taste good, but then they never last more than a few days in the fridge. Plus, then you're eating the same thing for so many meals in a row because you don't want to waste anything. Here, we can get different salads every day and have no worries about food wastage, and they actually taste good.
I got a feeling that I can't explain. Deep in my bones, it runs through my veins. Found a real thing, one of a kind. Makes you wanna sing, makes you dance all night. Onomatopoeia, I got an idea. Turn up the music, we about to lose it. Hey, batter, cut the chitter chatter. Come on, let's do this.
Now, I'm sure you guys are wondering what on earth we're doing at an office. Well, adding on from what I mentioned earlier about not wanting to work in our studio, since we both work for ourselves online, we really wanted a space where we can switch into work mode and then actually kinda switch off when we're at home. Obviously, like this morning, there are times where one of us will work from home, but we do try to make home time us time. And I know so many of you are wondering what I'm doing for work, but I mean, you're watching it. There's a lot that goes into making my YouTube videos, and I do it all myself. It's definitely one of the reasons I don't post as much as I'd love to, but I am working on getting an editor, which is a little tricky. Since I started my channel 2 years ago, I have learnt so much about editing and built a style that feels really me. So much so that when people ask me what I do, I just say I'm a video editor, which also makes me super particular. Taking on an editor for me means someone who helps with the workload, not so much the creative direction. A lot of editors have their own style, and when you already have yours, it might stop feeling like your videos, which is not what I want. I spend so long filming, writing out my stories, recording voiceovers, figuring out pacing and flow. All of that, it's me. So I do need someone who really sees my vision and can bring everything together the way I would. Right now, it kind of feels like I'm in a hiring and training phase, while still creating my videos for you at the same time. It'll take some time for someone to fully understand my style, but hopefully it will be worth it for both me and you guys. You know, I still pinch myself sometimes, sitting here having lunch with Zach, chatting about life, what we're focusing on, laughing about past trips and planning our next ones. And I just feel so grateful. For years, I ate so many meals on flights with crew I'd sadly never see again. Conversations were interesting, but they were kinda surface level. And so many times I'd kind of find myself wishing I could message Zach or hear how his day was going. So now moments like this feel pretty special. Not because they're fancy, but because I remember what it was like to eat a lot of meals alone or with strangers. Zach's genuinely my best friend. We talk about everything and anything, lift each other up, and we can be honest when something feels hard.
Keep concessions to the popcorn stand. Ain't giving up the life I've got. I'm still betting big on my own hand. But with you, we're both taking the pause. Is it so much to ask for everything and some more? Making moves and cutting loose.
Days like today just fly by, and somehow I still get to the end of my day feeling like there's so much left on my list and never quite enough time. Something people don't always see about working for yourself is how hard it is to switch off. We truly love what we do, and because of that, the lines between work and life tend to get blurred. I genuinely love creating these videos for you guys. It brings me so much joy to share our lives, our travels, the little things, and the big moments. But because I care so much, there's always the next thing to work on. Always another edit, another story I want to tell, another email to reply to. And unlike my past jobs where I clock off and it's out of my mind, this is different. There's always this little thought in my brain saying, if I just do a bit more, I can grow more, or if I finish this, the next video gets out sooner. And I know so many of you wait so patiently for my videos. So part of me just wants to keep going because making you happy makes me happy. And Zach's the same. His business has so many moving parts that between the two of us, we honestly don't have many days off. Even when we're traveling, we're still checking in with brands, organizing our footage, recording voiceovers, just all the little things that keep everything moving. It's kind of the reality of running your own business. And honestly, we're so grateful we get to do what we love. It's just a different kind of work that doesn't really follow a traditional schedule. And you know, I think because our videos often show the exciting travel moments, it's easy to forget that our life also looks like this too. The routines, the admin, the everyday work, just what happens behind the scenes. That's why I really wanted to show you what a day in my life looks like. The parts you don't always see outside of the airports and adventures, because they're just as real and just as important as all the other moments we share. So, in Bali, every single week without fail, Zach and I go out for this killer 2-for-1 burger deal at our favorite restaurant. And not gonna lie, we are kinda missing it. So tonight, we thought we'd recreate it ourselves. Something really cool though is the UAE actually has its own plant-based meat brand called Switch, and it's incredible. I'd say even better than the famous Beyond Burgers. But what's funny is, because we have our weekly burger date night, we never really make them at home, and I kind of forgot how easy it is. Like, cook the patties, chop a few things, toast the buns, and boom, you're done. I'd say barely even a recipe. Now, normally we'd also have fries, but I swear cooking potatoes at home takes so long. Or is that just me? Like, is there some secret trick I'm missing? Because oven fries feel like a whole commitment. Instead, we're keeping it simple with hummus and cucumber and carrot sticks, which of course we've already started digging into because it's freaking delicious. I actually never really thought of myself as much of a snacker, especially not right before dinner. I'm definitely more of a save space for dessert kind of person. But even though this is a quick dinner, we're still really hungry right now. And Zach loves hummus. It's kinda become a bit of a go-to snack for us here. Very Middle Eastern of us, I'd say, just minus the Arabic bread, which we also do have sometimes. What's interesting is, in Bali, we never really have hummus, unless it's in something we order. And it's really made me think about how different our eating habits are between Bali and the UAE. Like, genuinely different routines, just because of what's available, what's affordable, and honestly, what's the vibe of the place.
Roses are red and the violets are blue, and I'm a bit of both, I guess I owe that to you. I'll change my color with the swing of a mood, but you're so black and white I never know what to do. If opposites attract, it's a wonder we divided, but I'm happy we collided at all. But I guess if we were the same, we'd be sharing us a name, and I'm the one to blame, it's my fault. I must be Mr. Feel, baby, what's the deal?
Now, our nighttime routine in the UAE, I would say, is pretty solid. Nearly every night we go for a walk somewhere. There are so many beautiful areas in Ras Al Khaimah, and the evenings are when everything really comes alive. It's mostly like that across the UAE because that's when the day finally cools down. So it just makes sense for everyone to be out. Zach was actually the one who pushed us to always go for a walk when we lived in Creek Harbour, and it's something we really try to keep up here. In Bali, it's a little different. We go for fun beach walks, but they're more casual because Bali isn't exactly made for walking. They just don't really have footpaths. So we do really soak up our walks here, and honestly, when we have kids one day, I think the place we live has to have walks like this.
These moments we're holding, this wonder taking motion, like every door that opens, like rivers to the ocean. I feel
The cats, though, have to be my favorite part about our walk. As much as I wish I could take every single one of them home, Zach and I aren't really in that chapter of life yet. With how much we travel, we couldn't give a pet the stability it needs. And honestly, I'd hate being away from them all the time. So for now, I give all my love to the sweet street cats we see here and soak up all the love they give back to me. It definitely helps when I bring them food, but come on, how could I not?
all at once it comes together. This is just the start of a beautiful story. Right here where we are, we see it all unfolding.
Now, I really don't have some crazy skincare routine. I kinda wish I did. I know some of my friends have these crazy devices, which I would love to try, but when I was struggling with acne, I really pulled back my products, and I haven't really progressed from there. But every night, I just use my face wash, this incredible moisturizer I get from a brand in Australia, and their under eye cream. But I use that every second night. Something that does change in our nighttime routine is teas. We probably probably have them maybe once or twice a week, and I would love to have them every night, but I am notorious for waking up at some ridiculous hour needing to wee so badly because I drank something too close to bedtime. Even at this time, it's a bit of a risk, but I just love how sleepy and warming chamomile tea makes you feel. I actually used to drink it before going on my crew rest in the CRC, but then I still had that bladder problem. So I don't know what's worse, not being tired enough to fall asleep or having a broken sleep from going to the bathroom. We also haven't been playing as many board games at the moment, but this game is called Splendor, and it's a game my family have been playing for years. So I taught Zach, and of course I always win. Maybe this is the real reason we aren't playing as much. But guys, I hope you have loved seeing what a day in my life looks like living here in the UAE. It's such a unique and cool part of the world. I'm so grateful I'm able to show you what it looks like, even if it's just a day. But as always, thank you so much for watching. It means the absolute world to me. Don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe, and I cannot wait to show you where I'm traveling to next.